going on? It's a bit chilly today. Anyway, it's 11:11. I just looked at the clock. Oh snap! So it was like the best thing ever. The best Easter present I can ever get. So I had a friend to send me this video, and it was this guy. His name, his channel is called Daniel Always Wins, but really just go and give him some views and stuff. You can type this into the search engine, hopefully it still comes up, but it says like Bill Gates gets slaughtered on Instagram. Oh my god. So he's basically making a video showing how everybody's just giving all these hateful comments to Bill Gates from all over the world. And the best thing about it is like they're trying to delete them, but they just keep coming. He can't delete them fast enough because they keep, it's like over 40,000 comments of people saying you're a eugenicist, you should be hung, you should go to jail, you should be on trial. Like, oh my god, it was so inspiring. And I left a comment, and then I woke up the next morning, I left another comment. I told him I can't wait to dance on his grave. He's an asshole. Like, I had a friend the other day that got mad because I posted something negative about Bill Gates. He almost lost his shit. So I put a post up saying, hey, like, could you get some information on Bill Gates? And most of my friends are busy. Most of my activist friends are busy, so they don't really even respond to a lot of stuff that I post on Facebook. But dude, that thread was lit. Like, they came out of the woodworks and were posting stuff trying to help my friend understand. It was even better. I went to see this, it was Ellen. It was, I think Ellen interviewed Bill Gates, and I went to the comment section again, and it was all negative. And it was like, and I saw one person in the comments that was just like, oh my god, I can't get over all the negativity. I was like, kid, like, this lady, you need to get a grip. Like, for real, seriously, research Bill Gates, then you'll understand all the negativity. It was just such a great, he did work with Marina Abramovich. I don't know. She's a Satanist. She's an evil Satanist. She does, you guys need to look up spirit cooking, if you can still find that video where she's taking blood and she paints in blood and she does all of these really grotesque, she's supposed to be like this artist, but she does all of this really grotesque work, and she's creepy. She looks like a witch. Like, she has long dark hair, just looks evil, and like, why would you even want to work with something like that? Bill Gates does. So Bill Gates is like, he's doing this thing, like, I think it's called, is that Google Glass or whatever Facebook or Google has, where they wear these little like helmets, these goggles, and they can see, it's like virtual reality. So basically he had something coming out like that from Microsoft, and he used a Marina Abramovich in a commercial. I went over there a couple of days ago. It was like 600 likes and like 24,000 dislikes. They removed it within a day, and they had to turn the comments off because they were just probably going off. But I'm thinking, this is really, really great that Bill Gates is now associated with her, and people know, and they know how evil Bill Gates is, and they know how evil she is. And she has, she does these drawings where she's simulating cannibalism, right? So she can say, oh, that's not a real baby. Oh, I'm not painting with real blood. I'm just using chocolate syrup and red dye. But yeah, it's probably real blood. Like, how would we really know, right? And now that Out of the Shadows has come out, this documentary talking about, the darkness in Hollywood. How do we know? I was thinking about that when Alex Jones busted into Bohemian Grove, and they say, oh, it's a mock sacrifice of a baby. Really? How do you know it's that? Like, really? They're gonna go through all that and use they're gonna use a fake baby? It's probably a real baby, right? Like, technically we don't know because we're not there, we can't touch it. But knowing these guys, like, come on, really? Yeah, it's probably a real baby. I'm sure they're sacrificing real kids in front of people, real babies, using real blood to paint shit. And now these people, now a direct line has been drawn to Bill Gates, and it's glorious. It's flipping glorious. It just, I think I am gonna see him go down in my lifetime. I think I'm gonna see that motherfucker fry in my lifetime. It's like, I'm like, bring it. This is what I've been waiting for. I will be so happy, you know. And I mean, he's killed more people than Hitler, Mussolini, the Bolsheviks combined. Killed and made more people worldwide, right? And all because people have given their power to them. This is what I'm talking about. You can like people, you can be inspired by them, you can follow them. Don't give all your power away. Not even me, nobody. But when you give your power away to these fucking crazy celebrities, these icons, this you know, horrible, blasphemous display of idol worship that we have in our society, it really literally can lead to death. People are, you know, they see Bill Gates and he's talking about vaccines and how good they are, and you know, they're like, well, Bill Gates, he's a nice guy, and he's a genius, and he's a billionaire, and I want to be more like Bill Gates, and he likes vaccines, and he's such a good guy by saving the planet. You know, he's such a good guy. And, you know, of course I'm going to vaccinate my kid. You know, kids are dying, kids are paralyzed, kids are becoming brain damaged over these damn things all over the world, right? And then he's going into countries. He's going into, it's so funny, I've gotten in arguments with people, and they're like, I bet you people in the third world want vaccines. I'm like, no, they don't, right? People in Pakistan have been killing, and it was like Sierra Leone, other parts of Africa, and there's probably more places, but these are just places that I've heard of, but they're killing healthcare workers, and these healthcare workers are probably just brainwashed into thinking that vaccines are the greatest thing since sliced bread, but they go over there thinking they're doing good, and they're getting killed too. They're getting killed by the people because the people see them as killing their children, and they're, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intention, so they're brainwashed, and they think, yeah, I'm gonna do a good thing by going over there. I remember I was, when I first started Lyft, I drove like the first year in LA, and then I moved to Austin. But this guy got into my car, and he was going to USC, and he was giving a presentation for Bill Gates. He was, and I was just like, I try not to argue with people, especially in my own car, because the space is really small and it's very uncomfortable. But I was just like, I gotta say something. So he was like, you know, he's literally sitting across from me, reading his paper, going over his speech that he has to prepare for school, talking about how vaccines are like the greatest thing. And then I was just like, you know, have you ever looked at the other side of vaccines? And he was like, what other side? He was a fucking snot. I'm like, okay, all right. So I told him about my cousin and my best friend, and he just started, like, he got so scared and just so uncomfortable, and he wanted, and I was almost, I was gonna drop him off. I had like a couple blocks to go, and he's like, no. He was like, oh, no, just let me out. I'm like, are you sure? No. Just, he was like shaking, and I was just like, I don't know, like, you know, people are so brainwashed with this shit that once they come into contact with someone that isn't, or they come in contact with a real person that's been affected, some people, like, they flip out and they can't handle it. But he was literally just like, no, let me out. Like, he wanted to get out the car, like I was gonna kill him or something, you know? So he gets out, and I was just like, that's what around that time I saw that they're killing people in Pakistan, and I wonder if he got killed. I wonder if he went over to every country, because he was applying, you know, I talked to him about it before I let him know my personal story, but he was applying for a scholarship to go overseas to get people vaccines. And I was like, well, dude, I tried to save you, but if you're gonna believe it, maybe he had to learn the hard way, you know? Maybe that's how he had to learn. He had to learn the hard way. Maybe he needed to get attacked or killed, or see somebody he know gets killed. I'm so sick of these people defending Bill Gates, when, you know, there's so much evidence out there now about what a horrible person he is, and they're just people that don't want to hear it. People have argued with me over the TED Talk video, where he's basically talking about how he wants to, you know, lower the population by giving people vaccines. It's obvious what he says, and it's obvious by the actions that he's doing. Maybe things would be a little bit different if he said that, and maybe, you know, you could say that he was misinterpreted if his actions weren't in line with what he said, but they are, and it's easily provable. And he has, but people will argue with me over it. There are people who argue with me. My brother, he found this because I was saying Bill Gates has like stock in Monsanto. So we were arguing over it, and then my brother actually did some research on his own, and then he brought it to me, and he was like, oh, well, this is really, he goes, actually, this is credible evidence that he has stock in Monsanto. And I was like, what do you think about that? He's like, well, I don't know. I still think he's a good person. It just doesn't sit well with me. But my brother's like that. Like, my brother, he's so far gone that, like, you try and give him, he can't even be logical about stuff. He'll just be like, oh, there must be some other explanation, because there's no way that Bill Gates is evil. Even though I personally myself just found a paper showing that he owns massive stock in Monsanto, and I know how horrible a company Monsanto is. Okay? So, there's another patent I'm not going to go on a tangent on brother, but, but there are people like that. Well, yeah, I will mention this. I showed my brother the patent for the human embryonic kidney cells that they use to flavor food for flavor enhancers. And he was like, well, technically they're not baby parts anymore. That's like saying that, like, ice cream isn't milk, but it still comes from cows. It's still dairy. So I don't know. They're just people that are gonna be like that. And I was talking to my friend the other day, and we were just like, he was just like, and he's a really like compassionate like person, always like lets people say their speak, more patience than I have. And he was basically saying that like, he was saying that, he just thinks there's some people that aren't gonna make it. I think there is a mass awakening happening, but there are just some people that aren't. They're gonna stay stuck in that reality, and they're not gonna move forward. And once this stuff comes out where it's undeniable, there's still people that are gonna deny it, and there's still people that they want to think that everything is roses and peaches and keen, and and there are no there are no pedophile rings, and there are no there are no Satanists, and all the people like Oprah and Bill Gates and all the celebrities that we idolize, like, they'll never do anything bad, they'll still live in that. But that's sad for them. But this shit just needs to come out, and it looks like it's coming out, and I'm ecstatic. I was like so overjoyed yesterday because of this news. And anywhere I go now where Bill Gates is speaking, I've been looking in the comment section, and people are just cursing him out, going off, and they if he's tied to this whole like COVID-19 publicly with Fauci and CDC and the World Health Organization and Tedros Adhanom is being, investigated right now. This shit's going down. I'm yelling timber. You better move. You better dance. It's going down. It's going down, down, down. I'm so ecstatic. Best news ever. Anyway, yeah, I'll see if I can put that dude's link in the comments, and then if I can find the link to Instagram. Also, too, go leave him and let him know what you think. He deserves to know. He deserves the truth. All right, guys, that's it. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye. Mwah. Peace and love.